What's up guys, Matt from Man vs. Deer, and today's video is all about making a DIY deer feeder on a budget. Let's get after it.
This is probably one of my bigger bucks to date.
Guys, I cannot believe that actually worked.
Looks like a double long shot.
It was hot, really hot.
Welcome back to a Man vs. Deer video, guys. If you're new to the channel, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check out this video. And if you're into catch, clean, cook style hunting videos, I really think you're going to enjoy the other content on the channel. I highly encourage you to check it out, and I hope that you subscribe. In today's video, we're making a homemade PVC style deer feeder. These are relatively easy to make. I've got some 4-inch PVC pipe here, and I'm cutting it into 5-foot lengths. I'm keeping the scraps on that because I'm going to use those to complete the bottom part of my feeder using that wide joint that you see there, and I'll show that in a little bit more detail. I take a cap and I drill some holes in it. This is going to make sure that if any water accumulates in my feeder, it's got a place to go. I then take some primer, some glue, one of those scrap pieces, and a cap, and I construct the bottom part of what's going to be my Y feeder, and this makes it to where no corn will fall out the bottom when I put it in. Once the bottom part of my feeder is constructed and dried, I take the main part, I use the same primer and the same glue, and I'm basically going to connect the main part of the feeder to the bottom part. I had enough material for this project to make 2 deer feeders, so I wasn't about to waste any. Once I got these things put together, I realized they were just slightly longer than what I actually wanted them to be, so I used the tape measure and I took off another foot, making these about a 4-foot feeder. Once I had that done, it was time to paint this thing. I used kind of a moss flat green for my base color, and I made sure that I gave it a really good base coat. Once that dried, I came over the top of that with a bunch of different layers. I had some tans, I had some browns, I had some blacks, and I had some grays. It gave it a lot of depth and made it look really cool, which was more so for me than the deer. The last step in this process is that I used a piece off of an old hawk helium stick to basically create a button on this PVC. The purpose of this button is that if you secure it to the tree with a strap, it stops it from sliding downward once you put corn in it, and it has some weight to it.
Well guys, this is it in a nutshell. It's ready to hang. All you have to do to hang it is put some corn in it. After you put some corn in it, you basically just put a strap around it in some way. You can use bungee straps, you can use, I'm going to use an old Versa strap and a little metal clip I fashioned to hold this thing up into the tree. But it is ready to feed some deer. I really like the way that the camo turned out on this. I think it's a really quick, easy, cheap way to make a feeder for your deer. It's probably under 50 bucks. The only thing I would do differently is I would get the 6-inch PVC pipe as opposed to the 4-inch PVC pipe if I had it to do over again. But the design on this thing is pretty solid. It's easy to make. I got holes in the bottom in case water accumulates in there. It can just drain out. You take the cap off to put corn in the top. And then I took a piece to, it's not a Versa button, but it's part of a hawk helium step that allows them to suction to each other. And I put that there so that way when there's a strap that goes around it, it won't slide down. It's got something to stop it from sliding down. But I'm gonna go get this thing hung up, and that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch a Man vs. Deer video. A lot of the other content on the channel is worth checking out. It's hunting based. More specifically, it is catch, clean, cook based. There's going to be 2 videos popping up as this video ends. They're both going to be related to deer hunting. I hope that you'll check one of them out. And again, I appreciate you watching this video. Good luck in the woods.